Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 25th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, got up, got the dogs out, rotated them through, got them all fed, all that good fun stuff that comes with it. From there, went ahead and headed out. Wife got off to work, no issue at all, so I headed outside, hung out in the morning, in and out with the dogs, kind of rotating them through. Thought about going to get my run in before it got hot, but I was like, I'll wait. So pushed that back a little bit and had to go pick up my father-in-law from the hospital. He had a valve replaced in his heart yesterday, and they're letting him out today. Supposedly gonna let him out about 24 hours after the surgery, which would make it like 9-10 a.m. So waiting to find that out. So I'm like, I don't really have a lot of time to get much done before then. So everything is just kind of on hold, waiting around. And it was rolling up into like 11 a.m. as I'm still sitting out here like trying to figure out what's going on, and reached out to my wife and I'm like, hey, do we know anything? She goes, no, I'm in the middle of some stuff right here at work, I'll call and check. I'm like, I just wanted to mostly make sure that I hadn't missed calls from him or something or whatever, kind of situation where they're waiting for me. He's really bad about, he'll send a text or he'll type out a text and then not hit the send button, and then I don't respond back, which I respond to everyone, especially because of that reason. And then he'll just assume that I've got it and then wait for me to come pick him up, and hours can go by. He just doesn't realize what time it is, kind of thing. So I was like, what the hell? So she'd reached out finally, and they said it'd be closer to like 3:30, 3:45 before they're going to be able to release him. Something about the doctor got caught up in something, or I don't know what the hell happened, but something took place that is what it is. So yeah, there's that. That was a weird one. I had some people just back out of the driveway here, drive up, pass up to the next house, the stop sign, and then switch driver and passenger. So I'm wondering if the kid that's now driving isn't supposed to be driving the house when we left the parents' house at this house. That's funny. But anyway, went ahead. So I basically said it's gonna be at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I'm like, God, that sucks, because that's that weird thing. Like, they're supposed to be letting him out at 3:30, 4 o'clock, but I also know that can turn into 5 o'clock real easily, kind of thing. So I went ahead and I'm like, God, it's like, now it's midday and it's like hot as crap outside, and there's really not much I can do in that time frame. It's that weird gap of just waiting around forever. So I thought I was gonna pick him up like 9 a.m. Now I'm picking him up like 4 p.m. So really just screws the day up. So I just spent the day waiting, basically, for the best way to put it, I guess, we just consider it waiting. So went ahead and said to hell with it. Finally came time. I kept thinking I was missing. I set an alarm on my phone to remember to go get him. Hate that weird where my brain thought I should have already went and got him. So I keep thinking I'm already late. I've already missed my time to go pick the guy up. And then I keep looking at it, like, oh crap, no, I got time. Okay, it's not yet. It's not ready to go yet. So finally said to hell with it. Decided it was time to go pick him up, and couldn't take the dog with me, so I had to go into the hospital. They, whatever reason, they won't wheel him down. They'll wheel him down the wheelchair, which is so messed up, but they won't bring him down until you're actually physically, you gotta go through all the security, you gotta check in, all that junk, and go upstairs. So I get there, I park, go through security, get my picture taken, all this crap full of, basically security reasons and whatnot to verify you're supposed to be there and what you're doing there and so on and so forth. And wow, I just watched that stupid little SUV just run a stop sign, barely slowed down. But crazy as shit down here, man. But went ahead, so I get there, get through it all, and I get up there and they're still doing the exit interview with the nurse, which, again, why they wait till the very last moment when they're now, the person that's leaving feels like they're being rushed, and they're trying to find like their cell phone charger and all that stuff. They're not really listening to the nurse, which is also crazy, because do that, like, I don't know, at noon or something. Like, he's going home today. Give him all information, that way if he thinks of something, he can then ask you before he leaves. But nope, they always wait till it's right there, and then I'm standing there waiting for him. So now he feels even more rushed, so he's less likely to ask a question or even really pay attention, to what they're saying. So we get that. So then when it comes finally his time, get it all done. He went through all the paperwork, everything's good to go. He signs the release paperwork and stuff, and then they tell me, go get your truck and we'll wheel him down. I'm like, why didn't I stay outside and not deal with any of this shit? And then I'll text you or call you and say, hey, I'm here, and then you can wheel him down. And what I was told a while back was we had a bunch of people say they're there and they're not, and then we had to wait down for them. I'm like, then just leave the person at the curb or make $100 charge if they're not there. But my thought was, get a big dry erase board, put it down the front of the hospital, the exit entrance area, with a new number every day, and then I won't know that code number until I get there. So I pull up there, I see the number is 187, whatever it is. I'll call up and go, hey, here to pick up Richard. Code number is 187. They're like, ah, cool, Prizzy's here today. And they can wheel him down there. I don't have to go through all the bullshit and parking, I think it's whatever. So go back, get my truck, pull up, and there's cars that were there in the immediate drop-off pickup area of the entrance that are still there when I walked in. So I dealt with all this whole time I've been here now, this whole thing. They're still sitting there. They haven't even left yet. I'm like, why are you allowing people to park here this damn long? Like, this is ridiculous. So I'm parked way in the back because there's, I don't know, probably eight, 9 cars parked on both sides of the circle driveway thing there and stuff. And there's nowhere for me to pull right up to the door to get him. They finally, I see him coming out. So go around to open the door and realize I'm parked so far back, trying to leave room for everybody else, waiting for him to get out, not to block more stuff, that I'm at that weird where the curb and the driveway like slope into each other. So he's gonna have like his feet on different heights. He's not very stable anyway. And then coming out of surgery, he's even less energy. So I told the guy, I said, hold on, man, I'm gonna pull up a few feet. So I pull up a couple more feet, get super close to the truck in front of me. So then I can get him in, because the other 7 spots have been sitting there this whole time I've been inside. Like, there was 1 spot that moved. The other 6 cars are the same. So I'm like, how dumb is this? So I pull up there, get in the truck. Well, everything's good to go. We basically, as I go to pull up that few feet real close to the truck in front of me, my brake pedal felt really weird. I went, oh, that's strange. I thought, well, I do have on brand new shoes. They're a lot thicker sole, whatever, they're different type of shoe. I'm like, well, maybe maybe the new shoes threw me off, because I've had that before. Like, even back in the day, I remember I bought a new pair of shoes one time. I had like, I couldn't feel through the pedal, and I was driving a clutch, and I remember like stalling the car. I was so embarrassed. I was like, holy crap. I was on a date. I was 16. I was like, this is bullshit. Like, don't buy new shoes and jump in your car with your 5-speed. And trying to take out that first time, it was just super embarrassing. So it was an out-of-state date even kind of thing we drove. Now it was a whole embarrassment. It's like, this is so, it still haunts me to this day. I was when I think about that moment, but it is what it is. So I was like, no big deal. So I was going to pull out of there. The brake pedal went basically to the floor, and I had almost no brakes at all. So I pull from the parking lot and I check, and I've got no brakes. I've got brake fluid spraying out by the driver's side front wheel. The whole wheel well is coated in brake fluid. And I'm like, gosh, shit, I blew a line. I thought it was to the front. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. Got back in, told my father-in-law, I said, here's where we're at. I have maybe 10% brake right now. Like, I have virtually no brake. And it's all in the rear. So I'm not gonna be able to stop for this shit. But I've grown up as a hillbilly. I drove a lot of garbage vehicles. The lines would break out and I just bring them home. Now, normally it's in a manual transmission, so I drive mostly. I just downshift and stuff. And you can, you know, if your worst case scenario, shut your motor off with it in gear, and as it dies, it'll come to a stop. So it'll kill yourself, but you don't kill yourself in a crash. With automatic, it's hard to downshift and stuff, but you can still do it. I said, there's a chance we could get in a crash. We could both be injured, or who knows what. Or most likely it'll be, if I see I can't get stop time, I'll swerve to the side, hit a guardrail or whatever, and hit a pole, something like that, to stop it instead of hitting other cars and vehicles. I said, so we can wait for a tow truck. I can call you an Uber, or call your daughter and see if she can come up here and get you, but it's gonna be probably an hour wait before anybody gets here to get you, or we can risk it and just drive home. He said, I'm willing to risk it. I said, okay, but if you change your mind at any point, let me know. So we head out, and I'm driving super slow, kind of stop signs by downshifting and stuff, and pushing neutral, so it rolls to a stop, whatnot. I'm trying to get home without touching the brakes, because usually you start losing brake fluid. I still had fluid in the reservoir, so that was the thing. So I was like, okay, cool there. But I went ahead and I was like, no, not that big a deal. That's not annoying at all. Good Lord. So I'm like, that's not that big a deal. We'll figure it out. Usually I figure when you still have fluid, you'll get maybe 4-7 stops on the brakes, or one real hard slam on the brakes kind of thing before you'll dump all your fluid out. You'll have even less brakes. So I'm like, it's not the end of the world. So I drive out, jump on the interstate real quick, because there's less stops in the interstate, and we don't get a few miles from the hospital, and it's just torrential downpour ahead of us, and the whole interstate basically has come to almost complete stop. They're all running 7-10 mile an hour. So I, of course, slow it way down and same stuff. I basically limp through, and I leave myself a big giant gap between me and the cars ahead of me. People keep cutting me off and causing me issues with that, where I leave myself a nice big gap, and then when I leave the nice big gap, somebody else cuts in front of that gap, which now cuts my space in half or less. So then I have to get more gap, so it's taking a while to get through. Finally, the road clears out. Most everybody heads off onto I-4, heading towards Orlando, so the road clears up, heading south on 95. Finally get home, everything's good. Get the truck parked, get him out, get it parked in the yard, and it's like, I'll worry about it tomorrow. I don't care about this truck right now. I really don't care about it. So get it all put away, came back in, played the dogs for a little bit, hung out with them for a little while, and then it was basically time to go run. I didn't get my run done. Cameron was heading home from work. She got there to hang out with the dogs, and then went and got my run in, got back, ended up making, we talked for quite a while actually, ended up talking and stuff, which kind of sucked a little bit because she wanted to talk about work and different things and whatnot. And I'm sitting there just covered in sweat in the house, and the air conditioner's on 75. So it's not like cold in there, but it feels cold to me because I've been outside all day in the heat, and I'm used to being outside a lot more. So sweaty and wet and 75 degrees is chilly to me. So sat there and stuff. I basically talked to her all the time because anytime she wants to talk about this kind of stuff, I want to listen when she wants to talk, because if I wait and go, hey, let's talk about this in an hour or two, often she'll forget what mood she's in or whatever, or it'll change and then she won't want to talk about it then, kind of thing. So we'll go ahead and finish that talk up. I go jump in the shower. I'm trying to what we're doing for dinner. We decided to do the garlic butter shrimp and leftover rice. And I threw a bunch of extra mushrooms there, a whole ton of mushrooms in there. And holy crap, turned out amazing. Put it in the air fryer. Air fryer charred up the mushrooms. It's just wonderful. It turned out spectacular. Super happy with it. And then I had a client reached out, wanted to know if I'd watch the dog Saturday over into Sunday. I'm like, damn, it's that weird thing, because as of right now, the one dog goes home tomorrow, the other dog goes home Saturday morning. So I was gonna have a Saturday night to myself, just my wife and I. And I thought about trying to go out and maybe, go out somewhere, do something, entertaining kind of thing. So I said, let me get back to you. He reached out earlier, and I talked to my wife about it, and she said, because I didn't thought about heading out, like out of town, and grab a hotel room and just kind of spend the night somewhere. And she said with her dad just coming out of the hospital, she don't want to be that far away. I'm like, I understand completely, 100% makes sense. So I reached out to the guy and said, yep, I can watch your dog, bring him on over. So we got that scheduled up. So I got a dog coming Saturday, getting picked up Sunday. So it does kind of suck, because I was hoping to have that time frame, but who knows, it is what it is. So yeah, that was the thing there. And then after dinner, we basically chatted a little bit and stuff during dinner. I headed back outside, rotating the dogs in and out because they don't get along, and everything was good to go. Got them all put away for the night. I did have myself a little snack, and was kind of kicking the idea around, because tomorrow I was supposed to have the one dog get picked up early in the morning, and the dog's good at home by herself. I was going to go see, I got a buddy of mine that has some side-by-sides, ATVs, what you want to call, and also has a boat. I was going to see, hey, because he gets off work on Friday morning, has the weekend off, he works nights, and I was going to see if he wanted to go out and go riding around, whatever, on either ATVs or the boat. But now I'm going to work on a truck instead. So now the little mini bike's back, making all kinds of crazy ass noises. Holy crap, man. That's not annoying at all. I'm all for kids out, playing on little mini bikes and stuff, but that kid is wearing black shirt, dark colored pants, on a little tiny mini black motorcycle, blue motorcycle it was, and is no lights, no nothing on it, and driving around the street, and it's just, that's dangerous. He's gonna get run over by somebody, but not my kid, not my problem. So yeah, but yeah, went ahead, wrapped it up, headed in, had myself a little snack for the evening, and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.